Well, I was going to just say we are going to talk about serious issues.
Yes, I didn't want to. You're right. I'm glad you clarified.
Like, this isn't like a jolly joke podcast, I guess.
Nope.
This is one of the first times, though, we are trying to articulate this to out loud. So we'll get better and better. But basically, now that we're a family as a brand, when it comes to what we're producing as a company, we really want it to be fun, engaging things that you can do together as a family to just build those relationships and strengthen those relationships. And we're going to talk about broken relationship and what to do with some of the stickier issues that relationships bring. But what we want to focus on is just building the family bond and a lot of that happens in a fun way. Like when Elisha and I look back to me being raised in a family of 11 kids, him being raised in a family of 10 children, and both of us having great experiences in those families, we think, wow, a lot of the relationship building that happened was around these shared values and these shared experiences. And we live in a culture today that really segregates a lot of family by age and stage. And we see this in church. We see this with school. We see this with any extracurricular events. And a lot of our best memories were, playing music as a family, skiing as a family, playing pickup soccer as a family, learning new things as a family, just like work projects. And so we just want to give more opportunity and more discussion around the sticking points of doing all these things together, and also kind of help you guys craft your own family memories.
Yes. Wow. I could not have articulated our vision any better. That was great, because
Really?
I think what you just said is at the core of what we want to do. We want to be advocates and huge supports and proponents for family and creating family culture that's healthy and God honoring. But we don't just want to talk about it or tell people to go do it. We want to give opportunity for it. And so we want even Voetberg Music Academy music courses, we really want to start gearing those towards families and playing together as families, or the cooking show that's coming out.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Man, you're just
I'm telling you,
everything.
I'm giving our podcast listeners all the good information. We want that to be geared towards families doing it together. And so, yes, we want to encourage you to go find things to do as a family, but then we also want to provide resources that you can use together as a family. Because like Katie said, school, church, sports, any music lessons that you're doing, they really tend to segregate the families and separate families by level or by age or by category. And so there's plenty of that out there. And of course it's necessary in some ways. And so we just want to find as many opportunities as possible to be together as a family and to do things together as a family.
Yeah, we've mentioned this before, but there's this, here I go again, mentioning some kind of stat that I have no background for, no proof for, but you can look this up for yourself. And there's just a really high percentage that you are going to be best friends with, worst enemies with, or fall in love with the people who you're just around all the time. And that's why Elisha and I have a lot of boundaries, in our marriage and stuff like that, with members of the opposite sex, or, just different things, because it doesn't matter what your intention is. You just end up developing very intense emotion for whoever you spend a lot of time with, whether that's positive or negative. And so with family, we really want that to obviously trend in the positive way. But when we have people just all over the map and not hanging out together, you can't really form those intense friendships. And that's when, it's just, you miss out, I think, on just a really rich blessing in life. And so, so we're just on a journey to pursue that with our own family and to bring you guys along on that journey. So you'll be able to find all these things in future at nowthatwe'reafamily.com. And right now, actually, if you go to nowthatwe'reafamily.com, that's just where the hub is going to be for anything that we produce in the future and anything that we've actually been working on a lot of things while we've taken time off.